Roger Laferriere. Saying a few words, sings it over.
That's right. Watch, around that way. Actually, you come this way. You'll be fine.
Roger, 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 where do I begin? Last year, when the Lady Stingers were being inducted, I stood on stage next to Roger and he called me old. So he was a little nervous tonight. It was going to be a little bit of payback. Today he told me, he gave me the free token, I could say whatever I want.
Woo!
I had a few things lined up, one being about his foot fetish, but since his family was here, you guys feel free to see us later, we'll fill you in. But in all seriousness, there are two parts to Roger Laferriere. First, Roger as our manager. Although Roger has been coaching softball for many years, he started the Lady Stingers in 1990. Besides being our manager, Roger took over sponsorship in 2002. All that he had asked of us was to come and play softball and give it all we had, because that's what he did. He read the rule book, he studied teams, and he did whatever it took to be great. We used to laugh when we would go to tournaments and Roger would pull out and dust off old scorebooks from like 10 years earlier, and he would pick out where every single, even you, where you hit, he knew everything. Roger was instrumental in taking some crazy individuals over here and building a team of the greatest women I know. He created a team that took pride in the fact that they played for the Lady Stingers. And when you became a Stinger, Roger was the one who deserved our utmost respect. Even in the times when he threw his scorebook and was kicking the dirt, that one of us was making a fundamental mistake. Only you, Mo, only you. And then there is our friend Roger. Over the last 24 years, Roger has become more than just a coach to us. He has truly become our friend. He has been to our weddings, our children's events, and celebrations we have for one thing or another. Even though the Lady Stingers has ended, after all these years, our friendship has not. We sometimes don't talk for weeks, sometimes we talk once a week, and with him being nervous about tonight, I think we talked about 5 times in the last 3 days. When we talk, he wants to know of anything new with me, but also wants to hear about all the girls and how they're doing. I think the juicier the details, the better. That's every guy. Roger, you have devoted so much of your time and energy over the last 24 years to the Lady Stingers. You are a little less grumpy than the coach from 24 years ago, but we could not have asked for a better person to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Roger, we are proud of you and thankful for all you have done. Roger Laferriere.
Thank Sue for nominating me, and I was a little wary about the introduction. Last year when the team was inducted, inadvertently I ended up insulting her. By the way, I insulted the whole team, so I didn't choose. I'd like to thank the USSSA committee for electing me. Particularly, I'd like to speak about Ginny Traynor, who had to deal with me for 20 years. Now, did I always agree with her? No. But there was only about once or twice when she wanted to classify us too hard. And I had to fight that for 1 or 2 years. But I'll tell you, every tournament that I entered that she hosted was always well run. Could not find a complaint with the brackets. Even the umpires were good. And also the conditions of the field. Her and her crew were terrific. and especially in a tournament, compete for a cure. And this has come close to the Lady Stingers this year, because one of our players, Tracy Chili, would love to be here tonight. Unfortunately, she's in the midst of a battle with treatments for breast cancer. And you gotta like Tracy, one of my favorite players. After every tournament, she would come up to me, shake my hand, and say, "Thank you for coaching me."
Team Chili!
I am also pleased to be inducted with Andrea Costa. She grew up in my neighborhood in the south end of Fall River, Mass. I remember seeing her in the mid-'80s, and I knew right away she was a special player. Now, anybody who gets inducted into the Hall of Fame knows that softball is a big part of their lives. Well, I kind of knew that softball would be a part of my life, because back in high school, in my senior year, the school newspaper asked me, "What's your aim in life?" Oh, that was easy for me. I want to be a softball star for the South End Athletic Club. Well, a few years later, I was able to join the team. Well, it certainly helped that my brother became manager. Well, why I bring this up, I can thank him, because he's the one that showed me what it took to coach and the need for teamwork. Also, when things went a little awry, I guess it was occasionally okay, I learned to use the SH word. However, as Sue mentions, throwing the scorebook, kicking the dirt, that was all me. Now, when it came time in the mid-'70s to hang up my spikes, I gotta tell you the truth, I had to hang up my spikes, because somebody had the bright idea of taking 60-foot bases and making them 65. Now, I was a slap hitter. Well, that killed me. 50% of my hits were gone. So I decided, what should I do? Decided, woman or man? Maybe it was the teacher in me. What I meant to say, I had a choice between coaching woman or man. Maybe it was the teacher me, but I decided to go to the women's program. The first team I had ran its course after 5 years, ended in 1980. I was able to stay close to softball for 10 years, but it wasn't until 1990 that I decided to start the Lady Stingers with help from two of my former TC Comet players, Wendy Malafant and Brenda Soul, who helped me organize and recruit. Now, it wasn't until 3 years also, I never expected back in 1990 that the team would last 24 years and I would be standing here today. A key to the success of the team, I believe, was in 1992. After 3 years as a league team, I finally decided at the end of 1992 to put the team in a tournament. I made another key decision, to get a full-time assistant coach, Leo Roy.
Yeah, Leo.
Now, not only Leo complimented me very well in the sense that some of my weaknesses were his strengths. And not only did he stay for that tournament, he stayed for 22 years. And you gotta like the guy, because you know he had a passion for the game. Because I know how many of you out there could or would cut your honeymoon short to come back and play in a playoff game and not get divorced. Also in that tournament, I made two key additions, Jen Pfister and Kelly Roy. Not only did they play in that tournament, they stuck around for 17 years. Also, being a male manager, coaching a woman, oh boy, that can be a problem. But luckily, I had 4 very good captains who helped bridge that communication gap. Starting with the original Tammy Borges, followed by Sue Quinn England, an original Stinger, spent 22 years on the team and 16 years of them as captain. In the latter years, it was Raven Pena and Renee Roberts-Petra. In conclusion, I like to say, I'm a Hall of Fame manager because of the players. I had some very good players who were not only good, but also loyal and dedicated and stayed with the team double-digit years. And I never told the girls this, but I am very proud of the fact that they consider themselves a family. And when a crisis occurs, and they know there's been quite a few the last 5 years, they come together as a team. So I thank them. I thank them for 24 years of memories. And now I have enough material to write my book. Lady Stinger's Gone Wild.